Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to deep dive a little bit more in detail about how to create tasks in each and every field. So first we'll go ahead and log in. After you have logged in, navigate to your Manage Project. And over here, we will look at a few fields in a little bit detail so that you have a little bit more understanding than yesterday's video of what each and every field does. So this is pretty simple right here. It's a title. So this is the title of the task. Here, this is a type of task that we're creating. Story is basically something that you start off with. It's like a basic task that you want to do. It does have a little a template that you would follow than what we just did yesterday, and I will explain and go into more detail in the future videos about the templates and how you should write a proper description for your story, and then we can cover each and every single item one by one in future stories such as bugs, support, research, feature, and epic. But for now, you just need to know that when you're creating your story, you start your stories off with story under the type. Unless there is a defect, then you can select a bug or a support. Again, you can Google these things as well, but I will create some more videos in the future for you guys to have a little bit more understanding of what each one of them does and how to write a description for each one of them. Again, now we're jumping into the status. Same thing, you want to keep it under to do. If once you have created your story, you can move your story to in progress when you are satisfied with all the details and you think, yes, this is the one that I would like to start working on. You move your story into progress, and you can do that by dragging and dropping that task into the in progress or in review or completed or any of those statuses, or you can click on the edit button, and I'll show you guys how to do that one more time. But this is what this the status is, that it just tells you on the timeline where your task is currently. Description, pretty simple. You just type down the description. um, my task description, and you can even make this bold, and you can press enter to go to the next line, and you can type something like I would, and you can see that after I press enter it's still bold, and you can tell that bold is still selected. So if I just click on it one more time, it is not bold anymore. I would like to learn more about the AI task creation. And here, if I just highlight this and press Control B, it will automatically make this bold. And if you press it again, it will unbold it. I was supposed to unbold it. There you go. So bold, unbold, and then we'll just make it bold again. And acceptance criteria. And under acceptance criteria, it would be learn more about what AI is and learn how to create AI tasks that are official looking. All right, so why I wrote that stuff is because we can come over here. Now we can make this bold again as our acceptance criteria, and over here, since we have our bullets, we can even change them into the number format or into the bullet format. And this is kind of a little bit of a template that we are creating. You can come down to start, and this is a start date. When would you like to start working on this task? It doesn't have to be today. You can say, hey, I would like to work on this task on May 5th, for example, and you want to have a due date as well. So how long do you think it would take you to work on this task? Let's make it a week. And how important is this? So you can just click anywhere here. The priority tells you how important this task is to you to work on. If it's a low priority, you can work on this when you have some free time or when there are no other tasks are left. If it's medium, it goes into the, yeah, maybe I can work on this if I'm done with other high priority tasks. And high priority tasks are the one that you want to prioritize to see which ones you want to want. So this basically helps you prioritize your task in the order that you want to work on. How important that task is to your project or to your company or to your team is what this helps determine. Urgents are usually, for me, are bug related. If I have a bug that is a critical bug, I would put that down as urgent. Or if there's a feature that's supposed to be working or supposed to be added to your application or tool or whatever you're doing, it could be a day-to-day task at the office, right? You're sitting at the office and you're like, you know what, I'm going to create a task today, um, for making 5 phone calls for sales and create a PowerPoint. So, what is more important? Okay, making 5 sales calls could be high, and then making a PowerPoint could be somewhere around, medium for you, because you can start it today, you can finish it tomorrow. Teams, this is where if you're working with other people within your organization, or if just you, and you have a friend or a developer, a designer, it could be your sister, it could be a coworker that you and the other coworker is working on a small project for your company or for your office, or just in personal life, um, doing something for your friend's birthday or something, and you want to invite them and work on this task with them, so you can just add them to your team. And in order for you to add anything to the team, there are 2 ways. First is you would go to the user from the admin settings, and you can create a team from there, and under the team you can add other people you can send an invite to join your team. And over here you have assignees, and assignees would be after you've selected the team. Anybody is in that team would show up under your assignee for you to select and assign this task to, so you can work on this task with them. So one other way is to create the teams from here as well by clicking on that plus sign, and you can see what I did. I just clicked on the plus sign because we don't have any teams created at the moment. So I'm going to click on plus. I'm going to click on here. I'm going to call our team AI team. And who do I want to add? For the sake of this tutorial, I will just add myself for now. But if you have other people within that team, and I'll show you how to add more people in a few moments, they will also start showing up, which you can add to your team. All right, so create a team, and now we have a team selected here. And if I click under the assignee now, voila, we can see task name and guide. Our account shows up, and I've assigned this currently to myself to work on. Tags are basically for you they're helpful when you're searching for certain things. For example, what I normally do if I'm working on a project, I would first of all add the tag bug, but with that bug, I would add what type of bug this is. So I would call it bug login, and I would say bug text field not editable. And this helps me, when I'm done. I'm looking for some specific task that I've created and I can't remember, and I don't remember the task ID, then I can just come here and type that simply and help me locate that. But it's not very, very important. Your tags are, you can put anything in there. You can put down, version 1 of your application, and that could be a tag. And if you want to put all the tasks that you've created under version 1 of your application, then you would just type V1. Subtask, I usually, if I am working on a project, would use this to see with, it's kind of like a subtask of your main task. The name gives it away. So if I want to create an AI task, what would be my criterias that would help me achieve and complete my task? So here we have create an AI task. So I can type over here something like learn how to learn how to craft a prompt prompt and then so these are like small chunks that I have to do in order for me to finish this big task. So in order for me to create a task, I need to learn how to craft a prompt, learn what how to create a task template. Because we want to create an AI task, and learning how to create a task template is good. Learn what a oh so if you enter something that is not supposed to go in there, you can just simply click on X button. And we have not done this yet, so this is the first time we're going to do what I'm about to do. So we have a create and add another. So far we have been clicking on submit to create new tasks, but let's see what happens when we click on create another task, since we are pretty much done covering all the other fields. Let's see. So we clicked on create another task, and you can see our task is created over here. And what do we have here? You can see most of the fields are pre-filled right now to help me save some time, because if I'm working on some same project and I'm in the same sprint, and I would like to create more related tasks either with AI or without AI manually. It's good to have these fields pre-filled. Will help me only have to fill out the title and description. So our one title can be invite a team member, and this is our to do, and we can type over here, ask everyone to see if someone has 1 hour of spare time to help me build the office we can call it office roller desk, or we can call it office holiday party. How about that? And help me, instead of calling it build, we can say help me organize. As you can see, I did not pre-created or prepared for this. We're just going along because that's how easy it is to create a task. You do not have to make it super scary. It's just simple. It's very simple, and you don't even need acceptance criteria for it. You don't need to add subtasks. You don't need to add all of these, but if you want, you can say office party, and then the subtask could be add a co-worker who is able to help and reach out to all the office team members. Reach out to all the office team members to seek their availability. Okay. We're just gonna do this. Sometimes I type faster than I'm thinking. And what does create anyway do? So this is another button that we haven't covered yet. The create anyway button does is, let's say you are editing a task and right now we are actually creating a new task, but let's say there's we had this task open and I'm editing it and another teammate is editing this task at the same time. So I want to make sure that this task get pushed through whatever edit and changes I make. So I can just click on create anyway, and it'll go ahead and create this task, or sorry, update the task based on what I have said, even though the person on the other side is also editing it. So you can simultaneously work on the same task with your friend. So now we have about two tasks, AI 8 and AI 7. And that pretty much covers the gist of creating tasks. And I did promise you guys that I'll show you how to add more team members. So we'll go over here to users, and you can see I am over here, edit, and I'm the account holder. So I'm a super admin. And this is a role which you can create more roles if you have a startup plan. Again, we have a super giveaway going on in celebration of release of our Taurus AI. If you would like to participate in it, you can go ahead and comment on one of the previous AI videos to qualify to get a free 3 months of a starter plan, which will help you achieve or gain more of the seed, the AI seed, to help you create and do more with your AI. Right now, you only get 50 with the free solopreneur, and with the starter plan, you get 300. And let me go back to over here. So add a user, and we can type the user email. The email can be well, whoever is in your organization. So we can go ahead and type the email over here, task lemon um, guide at Gmail, and we will make them a viewer because they're just helping us create it. Oh, and it tells us the user already exists, so we can't do that. We'll just call it task lemon guide 1, a viewer. You can add multiple roles to them as well, but I would also suggest not to make anyone super admin unless you're 100% sure, because super admin will have all authorities and access to everything as you do for creating, deleting. So it's better to make people editor and viewer than super admin. And just click on submit, and this person will receive now their invitation, and all they would have to do is click on the link and it'll bring them to tasksummit.com, which I can cover if you get an invitation from somebody else, how and what you should do to join the project in the future videos. But that is it for now. If you guys have any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave a comment, reach out with the email, or as always, on our x.com, which is a Twitter formerly. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget, we have a lot more AI tutorials coming up, so watch our AI tutorial and leave a comment on our first AI video to qualify for a free 3 months of startup plan subscription. Catch you later.